sports. It's in the game.
There's an imposition in my mind's imagination. I hope they choke on smokers, I'm smoking them at the basement. This is not rap, this is not hip-hop. Just another attempt to make the voices stop. Rapping to prove nothing, just writing to say something. Cause I wasn't the only one who wasn't rushing to saying nothing. This doesn't mean I lost my dream, it's just right now I got a really crazy mind to clean. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr. Misty-eyed, therefore I'm Can you save?
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love, the place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Philadelphia. And this is not a good start. That kick falls just short of the landing zone, and this opening drive is going to begin from the 40.
Great, set.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. He'll cobble together a yard there. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Great, set. 73.
They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Great, set.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there, and that's a Chicago 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Into the secondary past the 40. And he has this all the way down to the 23. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Swift gets it on the option. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
To throw is Williams. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. First time this game they've looked to him. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Allen, the motion man left. And someone stepped in, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles take over after forcing the 1st turnover of this ball game. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Set. Delta.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Delta set. Delta.
Hurts now from the gun. He's got Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Great, set. No touch.
On first down, Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Hurts trying again on second down. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact, how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
That's caught beyond the marker. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They're gonna run with Barkley, and he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
King, Bill King!
Hurts setting up to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Dallas Goedert, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
He's throwing for it! He's on the move. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Scott now to return. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears make it a 1-score game before halftime. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears get it back to within 6. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, Britton Covey finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. 33-yard line. 33-yard line. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
No touch, set. No touch.
Looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Swift to start the drive. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Zach Bond with the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles will take over with the football just outside the 30. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Now the Eagles will attempt another 2-point conversion. Chased out to his right. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Scott now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Zach Bond with the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, Williams. Dumped off to his running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Man in motion here. Williams to throw on 3rd. Finds his target, Allen. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Roma Dudes, a touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Slot man in motion right.
Delta.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. The Bears decide to call their first time out, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Great, set.
The receiver gets it on the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Great, set.
Toss play to Barkley. And he'll charge his way forward up to the 35-yard line. He gets 9 on the carry, and now it's 4th and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Great, set. Delta.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Williams will look to throw. He's got him. That's Swift. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down. Running with Swift out of the gun. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blitz coming for Williams. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. He'll throw it. Able to get it to Moore. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them, They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. First and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Bears down by a touchdown. Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5.
Let's go.
Again, it's going to be Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
To throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
All right, Kate, that's that. Well, it puts this offense on the rope, but here's what you got to do. 2 things. Number 1 is a QB, you got to flush it. And number 2, more importantly, well, you got to take yourself back right now to that little kid in the backyard. These are the moments you live for. These are the moments that quarterbacks are defined for, and I can't wait to watch it.
Touchdown, Chicago! So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
Now the kick team out to steal away the lead with a point after. And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Covey now to return this. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Cade. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Great, set.
Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. First down, a run with Barkley. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Setting up to pass. They're in field goal range, but it's intercepted! Kevin Byard comes up with it. And the Bears make the play that should win them this game!